Revolutionary breakthrough in sewing various materials with a straight thread seam. We have made a revolutionary breakthrough in sewing various materials with straight thread seams with our disruptive new ZARIF double thread chain stitch technology from 2021 using a rotary looper, which humanity has not been able to do for centuries. Demonstration of the new ZARIF double thread chain stitch technology from 2021 using a rotary looper in sewing various materials with threads number 40 and number 20, S2, polyester 100%. The world's first sewing machine with a very simple mechanical design. The world's first sewing machine capable of sewing materials up to 8 mm thick with a small needle bar stroke of 32 mm. The world's first double thread chain stitch sewing machine, where a rotary looper, a needle with one long groove and a rotating 2-disc cam thread take-up, for both the top thread and the bottom thread are used to form the stitch. The world's first sewing machine, sewing with a new double thread chain stitch type 401, where the loops of the top and bottom threads are rotated 180 degrees. The world's first sewing machine that guarantees sewing without skipping a stitch, without breaking threads, without breaking the needle and without deforming the needle tip. The world's first sewing machine that is able to tightly join various materials and their combinations using a double thread chain stitch. The world's first sewing machine capable of qualitatively stitching various materials having different thicknesses, stiffness, and elasticity, without any adjustments, while the top and bottom threads have normal tension. For the first time in the world, securely tacking the end of the chain seam from unraveling by stitches condensation with a stitch length of 0.5 mm. For the first time in the world, without adjusting the normal tension of the threads when sewing various materials, we have obtained high-quality straight thread seams on various materials having different thicknesses, stiffness, and elasticity. For the first time in the world, the underside of the seam of the double thread chain stitch type 401 is very similar to the seam of the lockstitch type 301, thanks to the new double thread chain stitch type 401, where the loops of the top and bottom threads are rotated 180 degrees. For the first time in the world, securely tacking the end of the chain seam from unraveling by stitches condensation with a stitch length of 0.5 mm. For the first time in the world, with the help of a double thread chain stitch, we have obtained a tight join of various textile and leather materials and combinations of various materials. Fundraising. For For the mass production of an industrial version ideal universal ZARIF double thread chain stitch sewing machine. All customers can pre-order the industrial version of the ideal universal ZARIF sewing machine before its mass production for just $10 and buy it from us with a 10% discount after launching its mass production by visiting our website in the order ZARIF sewing machine section. For the first time in the world, sewing 8mm thick materials with a sewing machine with a small stroke of the 32mm needle bar.
Bye.